Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
All right. Hello, everyone. Ed Raymer with you. The Ed and Lee Raymer Show here on WGNS on Sunday night again at 8 o'clock. We're glad to be with you. My good friend Jason Bennett is here, and Angie Coleman Thomas is here, and we're going to talk about Angie. I'm sorry, I should welcome you first.
Oh,
Jason, welcome back. Thank you both for agreeing to do this tonight. We thank you. We appreciate it. Jason, Angie, we ought to wish this man a happy birthday.
We should
have had a little cake or something.
He gave up part of his birthday weekend for us. So,
yes,
yeah.
I know. Yeah. That's sacrifice, folks.
I'm telling you, it took everything out.
That's what political life takes. Right? Yeah, even if you're going to be a spectator like all of us, you know. How are you? You doing good? What?
I'm good. I'm just making sure. I'm doing well.
Good. Okay. Angie, good to see you.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Thanks.
Glad to have you here. And we're going to be talking about a race for circuit court clerk. And we'll get into all that just a little bit later. And, Connor, I want to give these folks maximum Mueller time. If we can right now, let's go ahead and start this out, okay? But for right now, my name is Edwin Lee Raymer, and yes, I'm still a private investigator. Welcome aboard.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS.
And that's a little rock and roll to kick you off just a little bit. And I am Ed Raymer, your host for the Ed and Lee Raymer Show. And this show's produced right here at the studios WGNS AM, 1450, 100.5, 101.9 FM, right here in the heart of the great volunteer state, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Now, you can reach us tonight and Jason and Angie with your questions, comments at 615-893-1450. That's 615-893-1450, and you can also send us a text to that number, and when Connor gets it, he'll be glad to read it for us or hand it off to one of us. We'll be glad to read it for you. For those of you who do not want to be on the air, we understand. If you're a little too high or too shy, we understand. My guest tonight, Angie Coleman Thomas, is here. Jason Bennett's here. We're talking about the race 4 circuit court clerk here of Rutherford County. And now, how do you listen to us? How do you find us? Ladies and gentlemen, the good old-fashioned way is on the radio. AM 1450, FM 100.5, 101.9. As I've mentioned previously, you can find us on YouTube Live right now under the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. You can find us on Facebook Live. My wife listens on Alexa. She does not need to see me. She sees enough of me at the house. So, there's a number of ways. Stitcher, that's old news. It's all there. You can find us if you want us. And all of my broadcasts that are on there, you can go back and view those on YouTube. And we're grateful for that. And you can also download the WGNS app. Take WGNS with you wherever you go. Listen whenever you wish. And Jason Qualls does a great job with financial coaching. He's got good guests, good information. You can listen to all of our sports. Brian and John doing a great job. They're doing softball and baseball right now. MTSU Sports, Mr. Palmer was on the air just this afternoon, I think, with a ball game. Always listen to them and everyone. And at 6 o'clock, a little show comes on here, Simplicity, with Angie Bingham, Angela Bingham and Angie Marie, and they're here as Angie Renee, and she's here with them, doing a great job with Simplicity, and always get good numbers and good ratings, and they're good friends. Listen to them. They're every Sunday at 6 o'clock before us by a couple of hours. Now, if we can, I want to promote, too, for you, before we get into this, Once Upon a Page 2026. It's a book and story convention. Local authors, narrators, and vendors are going to be there April 18th and 19th at Smyrna Event Center, 100 Sam Ridley Parkway in Smyrna, Tennessee. Now, this year's events will bring together writers of all genres, from fantasy and romance — that's what I'm into, is the romance thing — and poetry and children's literature, for a weekend packed full of authors, signings, panel discussions, giveaway, and family fun. You can find tickets for this event, and they sold out last year, so you better check and see at the Spine Bookshop.com. That's the Spine Bookshop.com. That's our good friend Kelsey down there, and doing a great job as always. Now, I am sitting right next to Angie. And what are you doing here?
You sent an invitation, and I said, I'll be there. I'm there.
We're going to talk about, Jason, where are we at on this race right now? Tell us what's going on. And let's sort of walk ahead into this thing.
Well,
Okay.
first off, I think it's important to say that early voting starts Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
I always vote that first day. So
You do?
I do.
You vote the first day?
it's
Okay.
First day it's available. I always
Okay.
do. I'll walk to Sportscom and do it.
Oh, I love it. I do. There's no doubt about it. Now, who is running for this office right now? Circuit Court Clerk, which is the reason we're here tonight.
Yeah. So Melissa's was elected in 2014, and she's running again.
Right.
And then she's got an opponent, Jeff McKinney. There is no Democratic candidate that's
Sure.
going to run
Right.
at all. So this is going to be the election here.
This is it. Okay.
Yep. So, and he currently works for the DA's office. He's a former employee as well of
Sure.
hers.
And you all are here tonight on behalf of Jeff.
No, not really. On behalf of getting rid of Melissa, for sure, but
all right.
not necessarily on behalf of. I think they'll do
Okay.
a much finer job for sure.
Good enough?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll put it that way. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I've not talked to Jeff about it, so.
Sure, okay. Well, I'm sure he'll be listening tonight anyway. Everyone across the globe does listen to this every Sunday night. All around the world. That's true. We're on around the world. We've got folks. Somebody said we had folks that listen, I think it's in Ireland or somewhere like that. I forget where it is. And they listen to us via, of course, via the internet. And Angie, you worked in this office for a while.
I did, yeah.
Well, you worked there for a little while, didn't you?
A little while, yeah, in her first
You were
term.
hired by Laura Bowling.
Right.
Okay.
Hired in 2012.
Tell us what went on, what happened, dude, if you don't mind.
Sure. I was hired by Laura Bowling in 2012 and worked in juvenile court as a
Right.
clerk,
Okay.
which falls underneath the circuit court clerk's
Domain.
domain. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And she had been there less than a year, I guess. We didn't see her very often. We didn't know that that was a thing until, And of
Okay.
course, it has
Right.
continued. Apparently, it's
Sure,
it's
sure.
notoriously so now. But when she did come in, we knew that there was probably going to be at least a little bit of chaos stirred. And she showed up at the office one day and had requested that she talk to some clerks just to go over their job duties. And I thought,
Right. Okay.
that's questionable. She's been here well over 6 months. She was elected. She should already know the job duties. So that was
Right.
a red flag right there. And I got summoned first
Right.
to a back storage room.
Okay.
2 chairs facing each other. Hers was in front of the door, closed. No witnesses, no paperwork, no files, no
Right.
forms,
Yeah.
no nothing. And she asked me about my job duties, so I started to describe them, and I was almost immediately interrupted. And her first question was, "Why don't you like me?" And I
Right.
thought, what are we talking about? And she continued on with accusations of things I had done or said. And when I challenged her and questioned those accusations, she didn't have any response. And this went on, there was no resolve. It went on for a little while. And finally, I was able to get out of the room. And from that point on, I knew that the message was clear and it was
Right.
intentional. It was
Yes.
planned. It was intentional. She had come in with a plan and executed as far as she was concerned. And I knew.
And what was that plan?
Oh,
to
the plan was to
eradicate
send me.
people?
Well, it was to
Yeah.
send me a message. It was to
Yeah.
say,
either get on board or
it was
Yeah.
to say, watch what you say, watch who you say it to, watch who you're hanging out with, and who you're
Right,
not hanging
right.
out with, or who you're associating with. So I wasn't the first one that had happened to. So
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of a theme.
it is.
Yeah, and
It
so
is.
then in
So
response to that, you've come up here to talk to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's continued. It wasn't just me.
No, okay.
And
All right.
there are many, I stayed for a few more weeks until I found another
Sure.
job, but I
Right.
had many very good friends and coworkers that were still there that endured way worse than I did.
And many that are listening tonight, and you are
Yes.
welcome to give us a call at 615-893-1450.
Please do.
And
Yes.
you left, so this has been some years back.
Yes, I was
yeah.
gone in 2015.
Okay.
So that was
right.
still in her first term, and watched 3 more terms or 3 whole terms of the mess that's gone on.
Right.
Much
Not
complete chaos.
Yeah,
Sure.
the chaos with the employees and the lawsuits that
Sure.
have been filed. I mean, she's been there 12 years, and we're 5. Is it total 5 lawsuits
Somewhere
at
in
this
that
point?
neighborhood. Somewhere in
Yeah,
that neighborhood.
including the personal one that her nephew filed against her for will fraud. So, I mean, that's an average of almost 2.5 lawsuits a year.
Right, sure.
So
And
what?
we don't know how much those have cost.
Right.
Those
There's
have
the,
been-
Oh,
the
there's no
settlements.
telling.
They were
Yeah, I
all
know. Yeah,
all except
it's-
for the one
yeah.
that's still ongoing were settled, and we don't know what the amount was. That has not been disclosed.
Okay.
Well, we know if it's under $299, we automatically settle in Rutherford County. So,
Right.
Sure. Yeah. And there's been a lot of settling done.
Yeah, we could be in the millions of dollars.
Probably
yeah.
are.
I am wondering, and this is a totally separate subject. I was talking to someone earlier today. At what point do we find a bonding company or insurance company that don't want to have anything to do with us anymore?
Yeah.
Because
for
this
sure.
has been going on for a while now.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a ton of them. Sheriff's departments
Yeah.
have lawsuits.
Sheriff's
tons
Department,
of-
great day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's where it all started.
Right.
That's when all this thing ensued. And at what point do we get a bonding company that says,
Well, we're in the pool, so our
I mean, we'll do it, but maybe the price will be drastically increased, or they just say, we're going to wash our hands
those
of it. We don't want
premiums are
anything to
going
do
up
at all.
every time we settle one, right?
Oh, yeah, sure, sure.
And that costs us money directly. I mean, it's being paid for by insurance, but the
I
premiums,
understand.
we're paying for that.
But the premium must be paid
Yep.
Right.
somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she claims, every election she claims that she's returning money to the county. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're in the red at this point
Yep.
if we really want to look at the figures going on.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I mean, between that and, and her incredibly high turnover rate
Yeah.
since
right.
the beginning.
How many employees does this office,
oh goodness,
does it
gosh.
have?
I don't.
Do you know?
I would have to.
let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, are we looking at 50, 100? I mean,
Well, it's over 50.
It's
for
over
sure.
50. I think
Yeah,
it's in the
okay.
neighborhood of 70.
70,
Yeah.
80
I think.
employees,
I wanna
somewhere
say
around in
it's-
there.
yeah.
Don't
Right.
quote me on it, but
Okay.
Of course, it
believe
fluctuates.
It does.
Right.
they're, you know,
Oh, yeah,
we,
yeah,
we
well, I'm
call
sure
it
it
the
does.
revolving door.
Yeah,
Revolving door
okay.
for sure.
All right.
Which is also a cost to the county.
Sure.
Cost
Of
to
course.
hire
Train,
and replace.
And retrain.
Jason, where do you come down on this? And what information are you getting that you've put together? 'Cause,
Well, you know,
you're following a lot of this that goes on in Rutherford County. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
We found Rob Mitchell was, terrorized. Basically, essentially is what it was. That's my word. If you don't like it, you can talk to me about it. That's what it was. He was terrorized. He and his wife both. For no good reason at all.
That's right.
For simply, as Angie and I were talking, for doing his job.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this
So-
seems to be what's going on in this county.
Right. Well, I mean, you remember the bail bond company conflict.
Sure, I understand.
She was, owned AAA bail bonds, right? Her family.
Yeah, quadruple A bail bonds, I
bail
believe.
bonds.
Yeah.
And so when
right.
she took office, immediately that was she was challenged in that
conflict of
because it was
interest.
a conflict.
Sure.
And it's just an obvious conflict.
Sure, it is.
But she tried to hold on to it, gave it to a friend of hers or whatever, tried to do that. And
Right.
Eventually it was they forced her to shut it down. A judge forced her to shut it down. And then I think it actually reversed the suspension in 2016. So I'm not sure exactly how all that played out. Then you had a lawsuit by the NAACP for charging a poll tax, essentially.
Right.
So that was NAACP,
Okay.
the League of Women's Voters, and someone else. And that was a federal civil rights case.
Right.
2021, 2 employees filed lawsuits against her. One of them for retaliatory firing after reporting misconduct, hostile work environment, misuse of county computers for non-county business. And I think that had to do with rental property. I'm not sure exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Personal
Yeah.
business.
Personal business.
You know,
Okay.
I have the, on that same note, I mean, I'm pretty confident that she used it for a lot of other things as well, like to
Sure.
include look up people that she doesn't like.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Which is
yeah,
not county
sure.
business, right?
Well, she ought to be calling me for
Yeah,
that.
I filed a FOIA request,
Okay.
and
All right.
and they basically failed to. They responded within a week.
Okay.
We got a hold.
And I'll tell you what, we're going to go on our first break right now if we can. And let's give everybody time to catch their breath.
All right.
Angie is here. Jason Bennett is here. Connor's on the board doing a great job as usual. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back with you. Give us just a couple of minutes. This is Ed Raymer for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. Back with you right after this. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. You know, they've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. You know, J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. You know, they've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. You know, J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and we are back. Ed Raymer with you with the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. Jason Bennett's here with us. Angie Coleman Thomas is here. We're talking about the circuit court clerk's race right now. Jason, you've been on your phones.
Yeah, let me get back.
Plural there.
Sorry.
I take it you're looking up something, and Angie, please chime in. You have a whole list of things there that you might want to go over.
It's all
please.
my notes, you know. I got
Okay,
to
all right.
write things down.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. So do I. Until we got these little devices here, I used to write down everything.
Yeah.
I keep a lot of stuff in there. I don't like doing it that way. I like the old-fashioned,
The
the yellow,
paper's good.
the yellow legal pad and pen.
That's
You
right.
know.
That's right.
But
Well, let's go back to the lawsuits. You want to?
okay, yes sir, whatever.
So
please.
another lawsuit was filed in 2021. It was a disability-based discrimination lawsuit,
Right.
and
Okay.
retaliation for reporting wrongdoing and unequal treatment of employees. This has been a theme. I mean, the entire time she's been there. 2021, an unauthorized commissary vending operation. The comptroller investigated it.
Right.
You know, that's happening inside a kind of like Honey Boo Boo, Mayor Honey Boo Boo with the honey sales and stuff. You know.
Yep.
Okay. So
Okay,
commissary was questioned directly, and the allegation was that Harrell attempted to hide or downplay the operation when asked about it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
2021 through 22, more internal complaints, retaliation, preferential treatment for politically connected staff, hostile workplace culture. 22-24, using employees to target judges and attorneys. I know one of those happened inside the juvenile court.
Right. Yep.
And there was I think she had issues with a judge, and was openly hostile and not
Juvenile court. This would have been
This would have
Donna Scott Davenport.
It probably was Donna Scott.
It was.
Probably at
It
that
was
time.
Judge Davenport.
Yeah.
Judge Davenport at that time.
She
Yeah.
probably deserved some hate, but you know,
Yeah. From what
but
I
still,
say, yeah.
whatever. She's the
Locking
clerk.
up children at 4 years of age. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Employees reported there was pressure to undermine individuals seen as political or personal opponents. Let's see here. Nephew's ongoing inheritance lawsuit. He filed a lawsuit. I think it was in 2023 originally, and
Okay.
it's ongoing today. So we're not really going to talk about it very much.
Right. Yeah.
There was this is kind of a strange one. Last year in August, she had a deputy clerk that got a DUI, and there's some weird things about that. She was somehow or another, I'm not sure how, was allowed to turn herself in 4 days later instead of going to jail that night, including
The deputy clerk was.
the deputy clerk.
Okay.
And her
right.
husband was also arrested for public intox same time. Neither one of them went to jail until 4 days later. Not sure about that. And then
Sure.
she was given she was encouraged to retire quietly with full benefits before the court date. So her DUI court hearing, and she did that 1 week prior, retired 1 week prior, maintained full benefits, and then was convicted of the DUI.
Sure.
You know, that's, to me, it's not really a negative on the employee necessarily. That
Sure.
employee actually was the person that she tried to set up the bonds business with. So they'd go
okay.
they went way back before
Sure.
before
Sure.
that. So
Okay.
been recurring, and then you got more Friday night, no, blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna skip that one. Just lots of people coming forward with with their history of her.
And we may have callers on that tonight. We have a caller on the line right now. Caller, go ahead, please. This is Ed Raymer. Go ahead.
Hey, Jeff Neal, how you doing?
Hello, Jeff. How are you?
What's up? Good. How you doing? I just want to tell you, your candidate there, you always thought about putting your name on the ballot. You've definitely done it, so can't fault her for that. And, I just wanted to ask her if you do win, what is it a 2-year? I assume it's a 4-year term. So, what things you want to do in the office? I know I'm not sure too much about what the office entails. I know it's cases and things, court cases and things. But what do you want to do to change the office? I'm sure transparency, some other things. So, I'll just kind of hang up and listen. And hope everybody comes out and votes me. Everyone at least talked about it before that low turnout would need everybody out to vote. It's a real key election with some local stuff and school board and things. So people need to come out and vote and make their voice heard. I think everybody would definitely agree with that. So
sure.
I'll hang up and let you guys have it and have a good week. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it. Jeff Neal, big supporter of this broadcast and a supporter of WGNS. Now, Angie, to be sure, and you're not running for this office.
No, sir.
You're here on behalf of.
I'm here for awareness.
Okay.
Let's make people aware of what's been going on in this office for 12 years.
Who all is running?
terms.
You got three just two.
Just two.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's, of course,
Jeff McKinney.
Jeff McKinney is the reason you're here tonight on Jeff's behalf. And whatever else you have, but tell us about Jeff. Tell us what he's got. Tell us what's going on.
I mean,
as far as
he's
qualifications and things like that.
Yeah. He's actually, he's worked in the clerk's office
Sure.
before. He's been there. He still works in the community. He's just not in the clerk's office anymore.
Right.
He's got a passion for these people that are in the office. He's got a passion for the community itself. He wants to come in and he wants to make the changes and improve this office, the morale, the everything that's been wrong for 12 years, and make it the office it should be for our county.
Yeah.
Make it a county. Make it an office that our county can be proud of.
Sure.
And can rely on, that the judges and the legal community can rely on, and know that it's being run the way it should be run.
Sure.
And that, the employees are happy, the employees are able to do their job to the best of their ability.
Yeah, when a judge sees Rutherford County Circuit Court, they know that everything's being taken care of.
Exactly. You don't get an eye roll thinking, oh no, what are we walking into now? Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there's an interesting thing about Jeff. He moved here. He's been here most of his life. He moved here as a kid, and his parents, I believe, kind of founded the Boys and Girls Club.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they moved here to Murfreesboro and to do that. So anyway, kind of a history of civic involvement and giving back to
well,
the
goodness
community.
knows what the Boys and Girls Club has done. I'm telling you, it's massive.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I know a lot of that is due to our immense growth.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons we're here tonight is because of our immense growth.
Yeah.
And, if I might say this, from what I'm gathering, from what I hear, and I know the ladies, you'll understand. This has been a good old boy network, Jason, you know what I'm talking about, for years.
Yes.
Still is.
Mm-hmm.
And it still is to a great extent. But you've got a lot of people in here that don't adhere to the good old boy system. They're from other areas of the country. They're from all over the country. And they're saying, what? Okay, now what about this? And nobody, well, don't worry. That's just the way it's always been done. Well, that may be that's already changed in many circles.
And the point, and a part of the point is that's not how it's always been done in the clerk's office.
Sure. Right.
We've had previous clerks that were wonderful. Nobody had a lawsuit filed against them.
Right.
They didn't have a problem retaining employees, and they knew how to do the job. They could sit down and perform the duties that Harold cannot.
Right.
She expects everybody else to perform the duties or clean up any mess she's made while she trots out the door and does.
And goodness knows, to do a
places.
job like that, you need the confidence of your employees
For sure.
backing you.
For sure.
I mean, it doesn't sound like that's what's happening here. It sounds like
Well,
we've got
employees aren't encouraged to. They're not encouraged to succeed. They're encouraged to
Right.
fail.
Yeah.
The only encouragement they receive is threats and harassment, etc.
Okay.
They're not. They don't receive. There's nothing positive there.
Okay. Yeah. Not much of an environment to.
No, I mean you've got employees that actually have
Right.
health conditions as a result, and
Really?
PTSD. I mean they have bad dreams. They're going to doctors. The doctors are
Really.
recognizing a commonality. You know, the doctor has seen other patients with the same problems, and they recognize the
Wow.
common denominator. So yes, it's a very common thing.
We've got a caller on the line. Caller, please go ahead. Ed Raymer here. Go ahead.
Yes, Mark Riddle here.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
Doing well, Ed. How about yourself?
Have you about got that grill paid for?
Just about got that grill paid for. I'm grilling this damn day, too.
Okay. What's going on, my friend?
Well, I just was listening to this, and there's certainly enough that I've already heard that, makes me think certainly you couldn't have that person stay in that office. But I'm just curious if the people that office serves, if who's in that chair makes a difference to the people that come to the circuit court clerk's office to get services.
I would say so. There's if I can interrupt, I don't know if I can interrupt you. If you got more to say, that's fine.
No, stay on line, Mark.
There are
No, I'm listening.
Go ahead.
there have been also allegations of unfair treatment of say indigent filers
Sure.
there,
Uh-huh.
and kind of withholding their stuff until they actually pay something, till they pay it up. And
Right.
that's,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I've had
yeah.
multiple attorneys contact me about her. I mean, many attorneys contact me about how. I mean, the bonds community, that it is pretty ticked off. Attorneys, multiple attorneys, judges.
Even some of the judges.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They can't stand working with her. She makes it very difficult, and almost it's intentionally. I think I'm gonna.
But
I'll
it
say
seems like that office should be run pretty smoothly.
You
I
would
mean, I
think.
know you're going
One
to have
would
bumps
think.
and umps,
Right.
and
it used to be.
but you've got to you have a game plan to go by
Right.
that's laid out for you. It doesn't seem.
Yeah.
Mark, go ahead. You've got more.
Well, I was just curious. I worked up courthouse back in the 70s. I think maybe it was Bob Sutter that was the clerk then.
Right.
Is that who it was? I know he was a clerk. I don't know if it was that particular office clerk or not because, I'm an old guy and I can't remember things.
Now, if he's back in the 70s, you're way before me because I didn't get here till the 80s.
Yeah. Well, I came
Okay.
over here to school and went to work up there. But anyway, that's what I was wanting to know. So, yeah, you got judges and attorneys and people who are trying to get things done and can't, in addition to all the shenanigans that are going on.
Sure. And that's the reason these two people are here tonight. That's why they're here.
Well, I'm curious as to why there's not any kind of accountability to some higher authority that says you can't do that.
A very good point,
I can answer
Mr.
that.
Bennett.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on, Mark. Go ahead, John. Jason.
Constitutionally elected officials are not held to the same standard as county employees. You can't do anything about it. You have to go to the state. So if you go, for instance, file an ethics complaint against Melissa Harrell, there's just not a whole lot the
You have to go
commission
before
can
the
do.
state. You have to go.
Yeah, you can go to the commission and have an argument, but there's really not going to be anything
Well,
done
because
there.
they're all Republicans and they're going to side with her anyway.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Well, it's a fact. No, they're going to side with her. They're
Not
Republicans.
necessarily. I mean, you had
Bull.
probably a 50-50 shot with commissioners with Joe Carr. So, and most of those are Republicans. So, would we have 3 Democrats, 2 Democrats, and maybe some more this time?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Of course, I'm going to say too, nobody, as far as I know, has bothered to try to do anything about this office for the past 12 years.
Sure.
And even though
Yeah.
though elected officials are, as Jason described, as far as being held accountable, you can't tell me that the mayor does not have influence over that office as well as HR. And they've
Correct.
both been in a hot mess for at least 12 years that I know of, and HR possibly longer. But
Right.
instead, he was busy, took most of his term busy going after Rob Mitchell in his office when there was nothing to go after.
Right.
And let that sit over there and continue on, and nothing's been done yet. When probably it would take maybe a phone call or two.
Sure.
I don't know.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
cut it out,
Right.
clean up your act. I don't know.
Mark, go ahead.
That's what's so disheartening to me is that, you know, the bulk of the population in this county. I mean, there were things going on in the 70s. I'm not going to name names or anything, but there were some offices and things going on in the 70s, just like you're talking about now. But the public doesn't really want to know.
Sure.
They're not really interested in that, and it's sad that we let people get away with this kind of thing. And you know, you're talking about 12 years. I mean, that's one term is enough.
Exactly.
But certainly 12 years is ridiculous. And, you know, I worked up there. I remember the fee offices were not really subject to the county mayor or county executive at that time. You know, if they wanted to give their people raises, you couldn't stop them because they were fee offices. So it was the state that dealt with that. But there's somebody at the state that's over that office, and, you know, why we can't, our county mayor or somebody can't contact them if there's a problem and say, you need to investigate what's going on here.
That'd be the state comptroller's office, and we got issues there too. So,
yeah. We were Mark. We were talking about him before we went on the air. Yeah, I mean, him and his whole host of professionals that have come here to Rutherford County. I don't need to get into that anymore. Yeah, we saw how that worked.
I remember that with Rob Mitchell. What's going on?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, they were trying to ride Rob Mitchell out of this county on a rail, and they failed.
Yeah.
I mean, they just failed, you know. Mark?
The whole thing was done.
yeah, it did.
I'm telling you.
Well, listen, thank you, guys. I'm getting some information here that I didn't have before, and I'm glad to be able to know what's going on a little bit more. I don't know what I can do about it, but I certainly will share it with people that I know and
Good deal.
see if we can get some interest in it, you know, rather than people just not wanting to know.
Well, that's true, too. And, Mark, of course, as you know, we go off the air. If you need anything, you can call me at home, and I can make up a lot of stuff that'll make you feel good.
I'm sure you'll tell me enough bull over the coffee that I won't need to call you.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I'm going to let you buy me coffee one of these days, okay?
We're getting close to the 15th. It's going to be about time for us to get together.
Well, okay, yeah. We're encroaching on that, folks. Get it ready for the 15th because Mark Riddle's going to buy all of us coffee somewhere. And
Mark Riddle's going to veg out for 2 or 3 days after
I'm telling you.
work hard.
Mark, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Love your show. Thank you. And guests are great.
Thank you so much. Mark Riddle. And by the way, he's an accountant, if you wonder. So he's been a little covered up here lately. But, it stresses the point. There's somebody that's supposed to be over this, but it seems like no one's minding the store.
Yeah.
Right. She knows that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And taking full advantage of it.
Of course she is.
Right. And, of course, that's more of the, as I say, it's the Republican agenda at where they really don't care. This is my view. I don't know. Y'all say what you want or just keep your mouth shut. I don't care.
I
don't think they care.
I don't think she'd care if she was Republican or Democrat.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, too.
I don't think she would.
Maybe.
It wouldn't. It's just how she is. She knew how she was going to be when she came in, and she executed.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she's almost $174,000 a year, and she's got everybody doing her work, and she's,
barely there.
barely doing the bare minimum.
There's been allegations of having her employees do campaign events for her.
I noticed one of those last week or
On
week
the clock.
before, I believe, and she's
On the clock.
at
On the clock.
work.
Yes.
And
on the clock.
it was posted all over Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Said somebody said that she took PTO. It's possible.
Sure.
Got that in the FOIA as well.
But, yeah, I mean, it's, pretty questionable.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, again, I want to thank both of y'all for doing this tonight. Thank you. And you've been in this.
Yes.
Sweetheart, you know
I
what
have.
this is.
I've been in it, and I've had friends after me in it for a long time
Right.
that either endured until retirement or maybe are still there
Right.
or were gone, 4 or 5 years after I was.
Right. Okay.
And, she manipulated some into firing back at her, which meant that they got fired. And again, you've got...
You've had people that have actually been fired
Oh,
from
yeah.
this deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because of...
And resulting in what, one of the lawsuits at least, a wrongful termination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Any idea to the amount of money or everything? Like you say, anything under
We
300,000?
don't know.
I think it's,
We know the person
sealed.
that knows, but
Right.
can't do it.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
sealed.
Yeah.
But the cost to the county, and she's
That ought to be illegal.
when we vote for
Sure.
these officials, they're working for us. And if I look at a resume and I see somebody with now 5 lawsuits, and the turnover rate she has and the lack of skills, the minimum
64.
skills.
Yeah.
64% turnover
Yeah.
rate.
Yeah.
64 over her term.
64%.
It's almost unthinkable.
Right.
64%
Why do you
turnover
hire?
rate.
Why do you want to hire somebody like that? She's costing all of us money. She's
Year after year.
taking our money
Wow.
and skipping around town with it.
That's a fact.
essentially.
64% turnover rate.
You know, I think I'd like to have had a job in that. I may go apply and just work there just for the heck of it. I could have a lot of fun with that. Have some new innovative ideas. I'm an innovator.
I'd say fun is probably not a description you hear very often working from
Would
Melissa
be if I
Harrell.
was there
It might be. It would be entertaining, I bet.
and had Jason following my every step that I
I
took.
bet it would be entertaining. Yeah.
If you do read at least one of
It's
those,
yeah.
Mr. Bennett is making a request.
the note at the top. Second one I sent.
Look out.
Okay. No, but now, if I might, Angel, what do you do now?
I'm a paralegal.
You're a paralegal.
I am.
Okay. All right. And is your office having any issues with this situation? I mean,
I am thankfully out of that.
Yeah, that's the one.
I have
Okay.
respect for that community,
Right.
And was still in that community, that legal community to some degree,
Right.
for a few years after I left the clerk's office. I'm no longer involved in that.
What's that end
I'm
with?
Okay.
removed from that
Okay.
community now
All
in my
right.
capacity. So
good.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it. That's the one.
So, and I'm able
And you
to
can
to
say
speak out
who
about
it's
it
from, too.
because the people that are still in the community can't speak out about it because then you risk retaliation,
Oh, sure.
and you can't.
Sure, yeah.
You can't risk that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
because for sure she will retaliate. She'll.
Understood. Now,
retaliate.
Jason, you okay over there? You
Yeah,
good?
yeah. There's a comment over there. I kind of want him to read.
You want him to read?
Yeah.
You want me to read? You want
Yeah,
to read?
can I read
What
it?
is Okay, go ahead. Let Jason read
All
it.
right, this is from her nephew. Sent me a message a little while ago, and he said I'm free to read this.
Okay.
He said, for the past decade, Melissa has used my dad's name, image, and likeness for her political campaigns.
Right.
Without the use of my dad's good name, I highly doubt she would have ever won her campaigns. My
Now
dad,
we're talking about Buddy Harrell.
yes, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead. Jim.
highly doubt she would have ever won. Okay, my dad was the president of the Christian Student Center at MTSU and then was youth minister at Stones River Church of Christ. He built a good name for himself because he treated people with respect. Melissa has always been the exact opposite. My dad warned me about her before he passed. After my dad passed in 2010, I tried to look past that, and Melissa and I always remained friends. But I knew how she treated other people. I knew that it was a matter of time that she would also treat poorly her family, such as her brother's children, who always tried to keep a great relationship with her.
Sure.
But after her mom, our nanny, died, Melissa began to show her true colors to us and made it absolutely clear she never truly cared for us. No one in my family supports her campaign. That's notable. That's noteworthy. No one in his
No
family
one in the family supports her campaign.
and we are upset that she continues to use our dad without our permission in her campaign material. She claims that my dad is symbolically used as wings on her campaign, but Mark would want nothing to do with her race now. We fully support her opponent, Jeff McKinney, to take her position in the courthouse. That's from her nephew.
You have a caller on the line. Yes, we do. Caller, please go ahead. This is Ed Raymer. Go ahead.
Hey, Ed. It's Terry. I just have a quick question.
Yes, Terry. Go ahead, please.
Through a period of 12 years, how come none of the employees have reached out to the correct federal agency to do some kind of investigation? And I would assume it would be somewhere in Department of Labor or Fair Employment or EEO or something in that area. Has anybody got an answer for me?
Well, yeah, I mean, go ahead. Stay on the line, Terry, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been federal lawsuits filed, many of them, so I'm not sure that federal would be the way to go as far as investigative. That'd be more state. And for many of those years, she's got a pretty good ally in the state comptroller. So,
okay.
And the fear of retaliation is real.
Fear of retaliation.
Yeah,
it's
Terry,
a real thing.
Terry, we've got a
it's-
real problem down here. Now,
Yeah.
to those of you who know, this is Terry Livingston. You're in Knoxville. And
Yeah, I would assume there would be retaliation in that kind of a
Yes.
environment. But
Oh, yeah,
I think,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, federal law would supersede the state on
Absolutely, absolutely.
these issues.
It would, in retaliation, that's a civil rights violation. That's right.
Or any of those allegations.
Yeah.
The wrongdoing in the office.
Yeah.
And the showing favoritism with contracting, doing political work on the job. All of that stuff is covered under, I know in federal law it's covered, but I don't know so much about state law.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can tell you this, Terry, and you can, and I don't know, you probably haven't had reason to, but a lot of this is documented simply through Facebook.
Sure.
Yep.
Oh, I
There's a
see.
lot of this.
Well, that's good evidence then.
Yeah, I mean, the entire public, it's like, hey, here I am, what are you going to do? I mean,
All right.
that's the environment that we have around here. And
That's a shame. This should have been stopped years ago.
it should have.
Agree.
Yeah. And
All right,
that's the
I
reason
just
these two
wanted to know
guests
my
are here
2 cents
tonight.
in there, Ed. I just wanted to
Terry,
know my
I
2
thank
cents.
you, and I appreciate your continued support. Thank you so much.
Yes,
How are
sir.
things in Knoxville?
Pretty well, I assume. Take care.
Okay. Take care.
Okay.
Terry
Bye.
calling all the way from Knoxville, and he is exactly right. There are offices that can oversee that. We're going to go to our last break, if we can, Connor, please. And you're here with Jason Bennett. Angie Thomas has stopped in, campaigning here on behalf of Jeff McKinney. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to be sure. And I'm Edwin Lee Raymer. Connor's on the board. We'll be back with you right after this. Stay with us. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag number run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. They've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag number run, or if you need someone full-fledged followed, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. You know, they've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. You know, J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. All right, and we are back. Last 10 minutes or so. By the way, if any of you have a question or a problem about this show, you're welcome to call the station. If you don't want to call tonight, you can call tomorrow morning and complain to those nice folks. 615-893-1450. And you can talk to Scott Walker, you can talk to Brian Barrett, you can talk to Bart Walker if you want to about what we're saying here. You're more than welcome to call them. I don't mean to drag them into this, but if you don't want to call any of us, if anything here is not true,
Yeah, there you go.
we need to know. We need to know about it, and you need to call us right now and shut us up. Because,
Please, yeah.
yeah. If it's not true, if it is wrong,
If you're a supporter of hers, call in.
yeah, please.
Yeah.
Because we'd love to hear from you. We really, I am, listen, I am a wonderful person, okay? Unlike Jason, I am not sure about Angie yet. I'm still sort of I'm still just sort of watching the temperature there. But Angie, you've had a great life till you got here and here you said.
Yeah, I was doing okay, right?
Yeah, you're like a thorn between two roses, man. You're sitting right here between me and Jason. Yeah, that's where you need to be. No, seriously, I mean, until it's brought to light, until someone says something.
Right.
You know, you can be in the middle of a big mess until somebody said, well, we didn't know anything was going on, you know. And a lot of folks don't.
Exactly.
They don't know.
They don't.
You know, they work. They're busy getting to the ball game or getting sissy to dance class or whatever the case might be, or simply just making enough money to pay their bills, pay their mortgage, pay their rent, whatever the case might be, and they don't have time for stuff like this.
Right.
That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. And no, we're not here to just run around making a bunch of trouble. We're giving you facts. Yeah. These are facts. This lady worked for this organization and this outfit, and that's the reason she's here tonight. And appreciate you doing this. Thank you. And Jason, thank you as always again to let you all know that. We're down about our last 7 minutes or so. Final word, Angie. What do you think? What's going on? What's going through your mind right now?
I think.
Other than you wish you could just get out of here and get going.
I was going to say, can we stay a little bit longer, have another show? Because there's so much to cover.
Right.
I do think I want to touch on something you just said, and I do think the office of the circuit court clerk is foreign to most citizens, unless you've had to deal with the courts in any capacity. Many don't know what the clerk does, what the clerk's office does, what they're responsible for. They think that office does not affect me in any way. Well, it most certainly does, whether or not you've ever gone to court or not. And if you've gone to court, I mean, they're keeper of the records, and you better hope that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, because that can mess up your world pretty quickly. But on the flip side, if you've been fortunate enough to never have to enter the courtroom doors at circuit court, it still affects you. This is where your tax dollars are going.
Exactly.
You're hiring somebody to work for you. You're putting them in charge, and you need to know what their record is, and you need to know what kind of person they are before you press that button to vote for your choice. You need to be informed. And I get it. Life is busy and it's hard to keep yourself informed or get informed, but it's out there. It's on social media. It's on the radio. It's, you talk to people and you get that picture and then you form it. And it's just be informed, know what's going on. This person is the absolute wrong person to be in any capacity of management or elected official. Should never even. No, it's just an absolute no.
Well, and what you're talking about too is what we've touched on a lot here lately. This county is more than 300,000 people now.
Right.
You have, well, if you just boil it all down to gravy, you've got 300,000 bosses. They're
Exactly.
I wouldn't say boss, but they're your employers.
Yeah.
They have entrusted you in whatever area of government you're in. This is where they've put you, unless the governor appointed you and all that. Goodness knows we know who this guy's going to appoint, And but other than that, if you've run and been voted in, and I hate to bring this up. I don't mean to put a damper on what you're doing.
No.
But Jason, Rob Mitchell has shined. He's shining above all of them right now.
Oh, for sure.
Because he did his job. I never seen a man have to go defend himself because he did his job. And where else?
Well, and Rob goes above and beyond.
Yes, he does.
Which you don't find. You certainly don't find it at the clerk's office.
Well, and here's the thing.
You don't find it many other places.
Well, here's the thing. You know that Rob is a true blue guy because his people go above and beyond.
Exactly.
They're not, well, that's good enough. No. Because I know some of those people personally, and I've contacted them on property we might buy or sell or whatever the case might be. These are good people. They're knowledgeable people. You know what it costs? I mean, how long it would take you to train a person to do a job like that? But it leads me to wonder, where else is this happening here in this county? From the mayor right on down, county mayor right on down. And even into some of the city politics of Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Sure.
Yep.
And I wonder, how long has this been going on?
Probably forever.
Yeah.
To some degree, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But they didn't count on social media, and they.
I mean, sometimes I feel like they just don't care. Look at someone like Tammy Sharp on the school board. I mean, I cannot.
Right.
I can't believe we still have her to deal with right now. But.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, of all this that's been said, and for Jeff, we wish him the very best. Okay. And you think he would be the man?
I think he's
in this
gonna
case.
He's going to be. He's the one. He's
How
the
are
one
things
to press
looking?
the button for.
How are things looking right now?
Everything I'm hearing, it's looking great.
It's looking great. Yeah.
It's looking super positive. There's great momentum.
Good.
A lot of good feedback.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, of all of that, and regardless of the Strait of Hormuz, and by the way, I'm putting a blockade between us and Smyrna. That will be in effect tomorrow morning. I'm still working on. I'm gonna get that wall built too between Smyrna and Murfreesboro.
Can you give us a blockade for 24?
Yeah, I'll do that. Let me put Jason, write that down. But all of this is nothing compared to what took place yesterday. And Jason Bennett turned 50 years of age. Folks, this has been a catastrophe.
I still feel it. Every bit of it.
Happy birthday to
Thank
you,
you,
my
buddy.
friend. I am glad you're a friend of this broadcast. I can tell you that. Angie, I want to have you back anytime you wish. Please
Be happy to.
give me a call.
Sure.
You know that. Connor's always doing a good job. We have 14 seconds. I'm going to tell you this. Till next Sunday night at 8 o'clock right here at WGNS. Edwin Lee Raymer for you for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. I'll catch you down the road. Good night.